He just looked like a worker. Every morning, he'd arrive early, work the farm, managing everything skillfully with one arm. Nobody asked questions. Nobody paid attention. Just a cripple, a wounded vet, until a boy looked closely. But some secrets are only visible to eyes that truly observe. In this story, a veteran hiding his past, a forgotten hero, and a perceptive young man will uncover the depth hidden behind silence. Welcome to my channel today. We bring you a tale of forgotten sacrifices and silent heroes. Before we begin, tell us in the comments where you're watching from. And if you believe stories like this need to be heard, hit that subscribe button. Every week, we tell the human stories the world is forgetting. Miller Farm, deep in the rolling plains of Kentucky, sat at the end of dusty red dirt road. Even in the summer heat, there was a misty haze in the early morning. The owner, old Jake Miller, had retired a few years back after a heart attack and hired a few hands to help run the place. But one of these workers was different from the others. On the official records, his name was listed simply as C. Roberts. Just an initial and a surname. Nobody had ever asked his first name. He had gray hair, deep lines on his face, and his left arm was missing. An empty sleeve was tucked into his jacket, no prosthetic, no flashy replacement, just the sleeve. He managed everything with one hand. Every morning at 4:30 a.m. sharp, he'd arrive at the farm, have only a cup of coffee, and then work until sunset. He fixed fences, cleared brush, and chopped wood. He never talked much. The other workers would call him Hey, Cripple, or One Arm. Nobody took him seriously. It was like he was invisible. But one summer day, everything changed. 16-year-old Tommy was Jake Miller's grandson. He was on summer break from school and working on the farm with his Uncle Mike. Tommy was a city kid, knew nothing about farming, but he was observant. That morning, as the sun was just rising, Tommy started watching the man fix the fences. Every move, every grip, seemed shaped by years of experience. Whenever he needed to hold a hammer, he'd use his right hand with such precision, it was like the tool was an extension of him. Tommy asked Uncle Mike, "How does that guy work so well with just one hand?" Mike shrugged. "Dunno, kid. Guess he's used to it." But Tommy was curious. There was something about the man's face. Something familiar. At lunch that day, Tommy asked his uncle, "Uncle, where did that guy come from?" "Mike, I don't know. He was just here one day. Don't know anything else." "Tommy, but why is his arm gone?" "Mike, maybe got hurt in the war. Who knows?" That evening, Tommy asked his mom when he got home, "Mom, Dad had a friend whose dad got hurt in Iraq. Maybe that guy is from there too?" His mom, "Maybe, sweetie. But don't make fun of people like him. You should respect them." The next morning, Tommy got up early and went to the farm. The man was there again. Tommy walked up to him. The man looked at Tommy but didn't say anything. Tommy gathered his courage. "Hello, sir. I'm Tommy. I want to work with you." The man nodded. "Fine. Tommy, can I help you?" The man, "Yes. You can help me fix the fences." Tommy, "Okay. But first, I want to ask you something." The man asked, "Tommy, why is your arm gone?" The man was quiet for a moment at this question. A sadness appeared in his eye. Then he said slowly, "In the war." "Tommy, which war?" The man, "Vietnam." "Tommy, what happened there?" The man was quiet longer this time. He looked up at the sky. Then he looked back at Tommy. "We were on a mission. It was very dangerous. A mine went off. After the explosion, I lost consciousness. A few days later I woke up, and I was missing my arm." "Tommy, and then?" The man, "I stayed in the hospital for a while. Then I went to a rehab center. Got physical therapy there. Over time, I learned I could do things with one hand. And I came here." "Tommy, why did you come here?" The man, "Because I find peace here. And because nobody here judges me by my past." "Tommy, but you are a hero." The man was touched by these words. Tears appeared in his eye. "I'm not a hero. I just survived." "Tommy, surviving is a big kind of heroism." The man smiled this time. But this smile was like an accumulation of years. Cold, simple, but profound. "Thank you." That day, Tommy and the man worked together. Tommy got a closer look at how the man worked with just one hand. Every move, every grip, was shaped by military training. Tommy's curiosity about the man's past grew even more. That evening, Tommy asked his mom when he got home, "Mom, Dad had a friend. Maybe he knows that guy." His mom, "Who?" "Tommy, Dad's old friend. His dad got hurt in Vietnam. Maybe that guy is from there too." His mom, "Maybe. But you should talk to your dad first." The next morning, Tommy called his dad. His dad said, "Yeah, Tommy, I'll show you something." His dad showed Tommy some old military record, and they found something. The leader of a team that went missing in the Vietnam War was Staff Sergeant William Roberts. Roberts had gone missing during a very dangerous mission. His body was never found. "Tommy, could that be him?" His dad, "Maybe, but I'm not sure." That day, Tommy went back to the farm. The man was there again. Tommy walked up to him. "William Roberts?" he asked. The man was surprised this time. Fear appeared in his eye. "Who are you?" "Tommy, I'm Tommy. I want to help you." The man, you can't help me. Tommy, why? The man, because those who find me get into danger. Tommy, I'm not afraid. The man looked at Tommy with deeper meaning this time. Then be careful, because some stories, when told, summon darkness. Tommy was a little scared by these words, but his curiosity had grown even more. That day, he researched old military records at home, and he found something else. The files about the operation where Roberts went missing were still classified, but some parts had been leaked. As Tommy examined these parts, he thought that Roberts might not be dead after all. Maybe he was still alive, and maybe the man working at Miller Farm was Robert. That evening, Tommy made a decision. He would approach Roberts and learn his path, but in doing so, he would not put himself in danger. The next morning, he got up early again and went to the farm. The man was there again. Tommy walked up to him. "Are you really William Roberts?" he asked. The man looked at Tommy longer this time. There was no longer just fear in his eyes, but also hope. "Yes, I am William Roberts." "Tommy, then I want to tell you something. I know your story, and we don't want to forget heroes like you." Roberts was very touched by these words. Tears appeared in his eyes. "I never told anyone. Nobody ever asked." "Tommy, now we're asking, and now you'll tell." Roberts was quiet for a while. He looked up at the sky, then he looked back at Tommy. "That day, we were on a very dangerous mission. We were deep in Vietnam, and we fell into a trap. Most of my team lost their lives. I was the only one who could escape, but while escaping, a mine went off. After the explosion, I lost consciousness. A few days later I woke up, and I found I was missing my arm. I stayed in the hospital for a while. Then I went to a rehab center, got physical therapy there. Over time, I learned I could do things with one hand, and I came here, because nobody here judged me by my path. Tommy, but now everything has changed. Now you're not alone. Roberts, are you sure? Tommy, yes, because now I'm here, and I'm going to tell your story. Roberts was very touched by these words. The tears in his eyes could no longer be held back. Tommy, can I ask you one more thing? Roberts, you can. Tommy, why did you prefer to work here? Roberts was silent for a while. He looked up at the sky. Then he looked back at Tommy. Because I find peace here, and because nobody here judges me by my path. But now, maybe I deserve a little more. Tommy smiled. Yes, you deserve it. That day, both of them continued working on the farm. But this time, Tommy was working alongside Roberts. And Roberts, for the first time in a long time, talked with someone. That day, something changed at Miller Farm. The farm was no longer just a farm. Now it was a story. And this story was being told by William Roberts and Tommy. And perhaps, this story would remind many people of what they had forgotten. That heroes don't always emerge with victory, sometimes with the will to survive. So, have you ever met an invisible hero? Maybe a neighbor, a family elder, or a familiar face on the street. Write their name in the comments. Let's tell their stories. Because this is the human stories, and we believe the most powerful stories speak in silence. If this story moved you, don't forget to like and share. Subscribe to the Human Stories channel to help ensure these real human accounts continue to be told. See you in the next story. And next time you see someone, maybe they have a story too. Just look closer.